So, hello everyone. A very good afternoon to all of you again. Thank you for joining in this event of Ideathon announcement that we are going to make and let you know about it in detail. I'm Surbhi Mishra, member of Organizing Committee of Ideathon and the moderator of the event today. So, guys, in next 1.5 hours, you will get the insights about our organization Impetus, about the event Ideathon, the detailed structure, the flow, and terms and conditions, and the awards for the winners. We'll be reiterating that for you all. And the last segment would cover the latest technology trends, which will give you a fair idea of the technologies which you may want to use during your participation in the event. Okay, so without much ado, let me introduce our first presenter to you all, Mr. Chetan Kalanki. He is working as Vice President of Engineering L1 with Impetus. He is a seasoned engineering leader who enjoys the challenges of building scalable systems. With vast technical expertise and experience, he is adept at product engineering, architecture, and leadership capabilities. Chetan heads Global Cloud Engineering Practice Group at Impetus and is a key stakeholder in driving programs around data analytics, RPA, enterprise architecture, and test engineering. Out of work, he loves cycling and working out at gym, spending time with family and also cooking. His favorite pastime at home is cooking new cuisines with his daughters. Interesting. So without wasting much of the time, over to you, Chetan.
Sure, Surabhi, and I'm also fond of eating. So while you were speaking about cooking, my it was mouth watering for me already. All right. Very good afternoon, everyone. And Surabhi, thank you so much for the introduction that you have given for me. And very warm welcome to all the attendees here on the session. I am extremely excited to speak to you about it. And as we are talking about Ideathon, right? Which is all about creation and innovation. It's really a great opportunity for me to introduce Impetus to all of you, because at Impetus we stand for innovation right from when we got founded, even when Impetus got really started in the garage story, right? So innovation has been part of our DNA, from then onwards. So again, very warm welcome. And with that, I will start a quick presentation on introducing Impetus to you, all of you. At any point in time, if you have any questions, feel free to kind of type in your questions, and I'll be happy to answer towards the end of this small presentation that I have. Next slide, please. So our mission, and just do one more next slide, Sheetal. Enabling a unified, clear, and present view. Just one slide back, please. Yeah. Enabling a unified, clear, and present view of your business. This is what we stand for at Impetus, right? So back in early days, I'm sorry, the slides are moving, guys. Don't move. Yeah. So back in early days when we just started our journey with enterprise architecture, helping number of companies to kind of create end-to-end products, right? We established ourselves as an outsourced product engineering company. And as part of that, we used to do lots of innovation, but more in terms of creating products for others. Back in 2008-9 timeframe, we kind of set this vision for ourselves, where we said we will be a data company and a data first company. And what we will work mainly will be around data unification, data gathering integrations, data analytics, essentially driving insights out of that data, and then finally making that data consumable through the presentation. And that's what we stand for, as an organization. That doesn't mean that we only do the data stuff, but this is the core driving principle that we use in terms of all innovation that we do at Impetus, whether it is all products, any new IPs that we are creating, any accelerators that we are developing. This is what we really stand for. Let's move forward. Now, quickly introducing who we are, right? So we are a group of company. Impetus is a group of company, and we have 4 organizations which are part of this, this group. Impetus Technologies, that's like the parent company of all the companies. and it is a leader in big data and cloud services space right now. We got founded in 1996, but we started few years earlier than that. We really started back in 1992, and I was speaking about the Garage story, right, where our CEO he actually innovated a product which was all about segregating the news feeds which used to come from the early days. It used to come from teleprinter line, so it was a hardware software combination, where newsfeed used to come and it used to get segregated based on genre of the news. And it was a very popular solution and was deployed across all the newspaper companies all over India. So that's when we started. Now, it's important for us to kind of call out, and I generally do not speak about this, before 1996 story, but as this event is all about ideation, it's very important for, I thought it is very important for me to kind of also create it for you that, that's how Impetus got started, where we really saw a problem, we innovated around it, created certain solution around it, and established ourselves, in India back then. And from 1996 onwards, because we had, an experience in terms of developing products for ourselves, we created whole new offering in terms of doing outsourced product development for a number of startups and companies worldwide. So that's what we did. And right now we have worked with more than 300 customers. We have number of customers which are associated with Impetus for more than 20 years or so. So very strong relationship with our customers. In process, we have developed number of IPs and products. Couple of them are listed here, like stream analytics, data warehouse modernization. These are a couple of products that we have developed in the data space. Now, again, this is not all. We also contributed to a number of open sources like Jamboon, Condera, and so forth, and a number of open sources basically. So about 4 or 5 open sources which are available in the market for free consumption by people. So, and plus we also created, just next tab, please. In the process, we also created Kairos, ClearTrail, Italicus, and I'll briefly speak about those, as we move forward. And as they become mature, we kind of establish them as a separate entity altogether. Surbhi or Sheetal? Yeah. So Kairos in the space, it's an interactive BI. Again, as I said, our vision is all about data, right? So we created our products which also are in the data space. So Kairos is a unique offering from Impetus. It's an interactive BI for big data, and it can scale as Hadoop can scale, right, at petabyte scale. So like on Oracle on a table, if you can fire a query and you get a response in 2 seconds, right, maybe on 100 records or 1,000 records, or maybe, a lakh records. But you can't fire queries or when you have billions of records and still get the response times in seconds, right? Now that's the power of big data, where you can crunch so much of data. But the issue with firing query on Hadoop is you can't get sub single digit response times, and that's the problem this product solves. So again, something we innovated, we developed a proprietary cubing technology which can scale at the scale of Hadoop and still give you single digit response times on the data sizes of petabytes of scales and billions of records, and you can really do slice and dice and ad hoc querying on all that data. So very interesting offering from Impetus. Let's move forward, please. ClearTrail, another company that we established back in 2004. Again, you can see it touches the data domain in terms of real-time machine learning-based analytics platform, but specifically created for law enforcement agencies. Now, this helps, this is the one of the factors which helps us kind of live our lives with peace, right? So it helps in terms of terror and threat detection. It works at gigabytes of speed, the solution, and it operates at the country level network backbones, and really it has ability to correlate data across telecommunication channels, social media network, phone lines, and whatnot. So it can actually help detect any terrorist threats and attacks and alert these agencies upfront. So that kind of solution we have developed. And then finally, Italicus is a BI solution that we have created back then, in actually early 2022 timeframe, And it is a solution similar to Spotfire or Tableaus of the world, but it is mostly sold in a white label fashion. So it is integrated. It is actually bought by companies integrated as part of their larger offering and sold in that fashion. So we have more than 15,000 active licenses and customers for Entalicus, nearly 35,000 plus free and trial installs given to number of prospects and customers about this product. So one common thing that you will see, two common things actually on the slide, and I'm just taking some time here because obviously this is ideation, and I wanted to kind of highlight the fact that while data is our space, ideation is something that we keep doing at Impetus every day. So we innovate we have innovated number of products, number of IPs, number of accelerators which are even not listed on these slides. But innovation is something that we really stand for, and we support. Even employees doing innovation. And if someone comes up with a great idea, we are there to back up those employees with the resources and investment that is required if the ideas are great. So as part of this Ideathon event, just looking forward for great ideas coming out as well. So let's move forward. This is where we are located. Our headquarters is in Los Gatos. You can see on the left-hand side, the yellow dot. So that's where we are headquartered. It's in Silicon Valley near San Jose. And we also have a number of other offices where we have engineering presence across the globe. Notably Phoenix, San Diego is not listed here, but we have a small design center in San Diego, more focused on user experience and designing. We also have presence in Vancouver in Canada. So these are three main locations: Los Gatos, Phoenix, and Vancouver from the North America standpoint. We are also located in Sydney from the global presence standpoint. And in India, we have number of offices right from south. If you look at, we are present in Bangalore. We are also present in Hyderabad. We have multiple offices in Indore, that is in the central India. We are present and established for last 15 plus years in Noida and Gurgaon, like in the NCR region. So we have strong presence, from south to north in the India. And at the same time, right now, we have also opened, remote working from home for nearly 10 plus cities. So we also have many of the people working remotely in the current state of pandemic as of today. Next slide, please. So some quick facts, Sheetal, you can keep scrolling. So some quick facts around Impetus. So we got incorporated in 1996, as I spoke about. We have seen consistent year-on-year growth of 25%. This year, even we are expanding at a rate of 40%. So a huge growth, and we have our whole portfolio is like all Fortune 500 companies. Out of Fortune 500 are like top 500 companies by revenue in United States. So we are working with top 500 companies of USA, and out of which even out of top 100 companies, we are working with 20 of such companies, which is largest healthcare provider, largest airline, largest banking company, largest credit card company, largest insurance broker. So all these largest companies are our customers, and they have been associated with Impetus for quite long, and these are long-term relationships. We are nearly 2,500 plus employees, and we have nearly 600, 700 open positions as well right now in cloud, big data, Java J2E, testing, machine learning, data science space. So huge number of openings also are there right now, and we are expanding at very fast pace. Now we are recognized also amongst India's 100 best companies to work for over last actually 8 years, year on year, and we are again under top 100, but our ranking have increased from being from 90s to now being 50s, and these are across the different industries and verticals. These are not just IT companies. So something that people vote for directly, and this is as part of external third-party surveys that are conducted. So we are really proud that we are there as 8 years in the row as 100 best companies to work for in India. Next slide, please. So this is a quick, take a quick glance at our leadership team. Praveen Kankaria is our CEO. Right from then, we have Larry Pearson, our Vice President of Strategic Accounts and Marketing. Anand Raman, who heads our global sales. Sanjeev Agrawal, who is Vice President of Operations and Human Empowerment at Impetus. Rajiva Gupta, who heads the engineering, all the engineering at Impetus globally. PC Kiran, who is the Vice President of Big Data Engineering and also responsible for products at Impetus. So that's our engineering team leadership. In terms of what we do, our expertise areas are all around. As I said, we kind of have set the vision to work in the data space, right? And that's where our services are also driven from. So our core services or the expertise areas are in the space of cloud engineering, data engineering, AI and ML, and DevOps. Now that's what we are focusing on, but we are also supported with additional services around, give a tab, please. Yeah, around services around enterprise solution. Sorry, next slide, please. Yeah, so enterprise solutions, enterprise mobility, user experience and design, and business intelligence. So you will look at, like, we actually work on solving customers' problem, and whatever it takes, whether it is creating solutions which are deployed on cloud or on-prem, creating end-to-end data platforms, but then these data platforms should also kind of support end customer or end user applications. So that's where we also have expertise around enterprise mobility, user experience, business intelligence, and traditionally we have helped customers to create enterprise architectures and end-to-end products. So we still help customers from end-to-end journey perspective. So that's what we bring from the expertise standpoint. And along with that, we also have expertise around test engineering and robotic process automation. So you're helping number of customers into all these areas. Now, one thing that I would like to highlight, just stay there on the last slide, please. One thing that I would like to highlight here. These expertise are not just, because we have people and who knows these skills. These are based on tremendous experience that we have gained over last 12 years, for example, in the data space. Now, we had adopted big data when even, Clouderas of the world or Hottenworks of the world were still in the, were under, incubation phase, and they were still working on their products. So we started working on big data right then. We have number of certified engineers which are there across the board. In terms of our partnerships, we are partnered with Cloudera and Hottenworks from the data side. We are also partnered with Informatica and whatnot. We are also partnered with Databricks from that perspective, which are like, which is the name from the Spark perspective. In terms of cloud, we are advanced tier partners with AWS, gold tier partner with Microsoft, and we will be a soon premier tier partner with GCP, which is the highest tier. And we are also a premier tier partner with Snowflake, which is the modern cloud-based, SaaS data warehouse, very popular, getting very popular these days. So, right from partnerships to skills to certifications, and more importantly, the experience perspective, we really bring the expertise into area of cloud, data, AI, ML, and DevOps space. Next slide, please. Now, just a couple of more tabs. Let's see the full screen view of it. Yeah, so if you look at now from our experience standpoint, the idea is like, while we gain the experience, we also innovate in that space. Now, as part of that innovation, we have created unique business value solutions for our customers, right from data transformation modernization standpoint, where people are moving out of traditional legacy data warehouses to modern data warehouses. We have specific offerings around that, which is called EDW modernization. Now, this is and magical solution which can actually migrate not only data and schema, but also all the workloads, that is your stored procedures, PL SQL scripts, Unix and shell scripts, VTEX scripts, even BI, reports automatically, doing code conversions from, say, Oracle to, Spark-based jobs or Snowflake-based procedures and whatnot. So it can do everything automatically. Then people who wants to create data applications, we have special offering that we have again come through level of innovation that has gone in that, which is called stream analytics, where people can do end-to-end data pipelines, ETL workflows, machine learning applications, model training to model management applications, complete end-to-end offering, which can be just done through simple drag and drop UI, right? So people who used to take 3 months to 4 months to code an application, now they can do it within days, like 2 days to 3 days. Like, so that kind of speed that we are now, enabling people to create applications with that pace. Divos, again, I spoke about. Jumbune is a tool which is on, which works at the core, which is like Hadoop management product, in terms of Hadoop profiling, performance optimization, monitoring, that kind of feature it brings in, and it can simply be deployed on any type of Hadoop cluster. It can give you insights into, how the jobs are performing, what kind of tuning you can do at job level, at cluster level, how the data distribution looks like, how the job scheduling look like, and what are the recommendations around that. So we kind of cover end-to-end space, and in this whole end-to-end space, we have innovated in each and every area and helping customers with these innovative solutions. Next slides, please. And all these solutions are kind of cloud enabled, so they work across all the 3 major clouds and also on-prem. Next slide, please. Okay, so here are some glimpse into, I spoke a lot about like what we do, and I'm sure that this has given you some context into what we do at Impetus and what are the things that we are working on. Just few slides about, how the work life looks like at Impetus, right? So keep going. Next slide, please. So what our engineers create at Impetus, right? So solutions involving analytics at petabyte scales. Now, this is a day-to-day thing that people do at Impetus. They do not work like on KBs or MBs of data, right? Or even GBs. They are working on petabytes of data every day for all these large Fortune companies. We are bringing 10-fold performant real-time solution, and which can operate at scale through Stream Analytics offering. We have created intelligent self-healing systems which can learn from the past data through machine learning and then heal themselves. We have created platform modernization and large-scale cloud adoption. So this is a common theme that we work on pretty much every day at Impetus, where we are modernizing platforms for all these large Fortune companies. And helping them from cloud adoption standpoint, whether it is from people perspective, technology, or processes perspective, right? So people, process, technology, all the 3, angles is what we are helping our customers with from cloud adoption standpoint. Next slide, please. What makes us different, right? From, there are a number of companies which are there helping, even these large Fortune 100 companies, but Impetus comes as a niche solution provider. And why we are different and why we are recognized among all these companies is because we bring in product mindset in the execution. We co-own the solutions that we are creating with our customer. We bring innovation as part of what we do, right? And we bring in our best architecture and design principles, at Impetus. Now, at Impetus, one thing which is very important for us is also learning. So where people learn from the different projects and initiatives that are going on, but at the same time, we have mandated learning 2 skills every year for every employee at every level. So that's where people really gain the maturity in terms of solutioning and delivery, and bring in best practices as part of their work. Again, non-functional requirements are key, so that can make or break the solution, and that's where we help our customer to also take care of what is not being asked based on our experience. We suggest, what is important for the solution to scale and create solution in a way that those are scalable, performance efficient, innovative and agile. Let's move forward. Next slide, please. Yeah.
In these trying times with people around losing their jobs and getting laid off, I'm glad that Impetus has been strong and has kept its Impetus family intact.
Especially in this pandemic, we have become even stronger.
We surely haven't met for months. It's been a long time. But the coffee catch-ups that we have daily, they keep us connected.
We had the Kids' Day celebration. We regularly have the fitness and the health sessions going on. I really feel that I'm working from the office though I'm working from home.
I feel so connected in spite of working from home for so many months. Thanks to my team and my organization.
Thanks Impetus family for converting all to roles as promised.
Yeah. One thing that you will see is like these are people from all the different locations at Impetus, and when during these pandemics, people have innovated the different ways of working, still bringing in efficiency into the work. I mean, last 1.5 years we have not been into the offices, but still, our performance has gone up, efficiency has gone up. People have innovated different ways in terms of better collaboration, coordination, and whatnot, and at the same time lots of remote sessions that our HR has been doing for our employees. Again, in the nutshell, innovation is the key if you have to sustain and if you have to grow. So really great to hear about this from directly from everyone, all of my colleagues. Now, in terms of how we work at Impetus, right? So what we stand for, let's take a look at another short clip. Right, and with this principle, we actually rise together, right? And I think with that, I will stop here. And I'm really excited, as I said earlier, looking forward for great innovation coming out of this whole initiative. Surabhi or Sheetal, if there are any questions, I can answer those.
Sure. So, yeah, Chetan, thank you for such an insightful and detailed information about our organization, Impetus. I can see a couple of questions on the board. Let me pick the first one. It says, great presentation. One question though.
Thank you.
Yeah, so it says like, how do customers see Impetus differently than so many large IT companies in the market?
Sure. I think I did answer that question as part of one of my slides, but just reiterating on that, obviously, most of the large IT companies that look at people as equivalent to revenue or the business. At Impetus, we look at, in fact, we build on people, right? We invest into people and we build on top of, on top of it. What that means is when people have, when there are people or the organization listens to people, there is a space that enables people to do innovation, and at the same time, it empowers them to bring in value to our customers. And that we have always seen as part of all our customer engagements, where we have seen as differentiated solution provider and a partner instead of just a vendor. And that's where I see Impetus clearly differentiate from all the other service providers.
Sure. Thanks, Chetan. I'll pick one more question and then we'll move to the next segment. It says, what is the next 5 years technology focus for Impetus?
Sure. Before I go to next 5 years, I'll just say, 10 years back, we set ourselves as a data company. And last year, we set ourselves as a data and a cloud company. What that means is, whether it is serverless applications, low code applications, or serverless, going multi-cloud, hybrid infrastructures, containers. I think I'm seeing these as the key technologies where we will work on. Now, again, what I talked about is a cost-cutting technologies. Now, these applies to DevOps practices. These applies to data science, machine learning, data and big data engineering. So kind of it applies to all of that. But this is what we are looking at from the technology standpoint for next 5 years. And I think there will be, you will learn more about that, as part of our presentations, follow-up presentations today.
That answers it, Chetan. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for listening.